I'm feeling very called to record this, okay? So, what do you want to do? Anytime I've had these moments where I've had spiritual awakenings or moments of profound wisdom, the message has always been several things, but let's just list a few. Number one is always, what do you believe? What is your belief system telling you? Because that's going to be your reality. If there is a misalignment to what you want to see in life with a belief system you have, number one, you have got to change that. That has to change before anything in your reality can shift. That's number one. Number two is, this body is finite. Our soul is infinite. It is infinite. It is continuous. It goes on forever. So people who have had near-death experiences, ones to which they're out of their body and they are looking at themselves on the hospital table or whatever's going on, right? They're looking down at their body and they're realizing, I'm up here, this is me, and that's my body down there. Sometimes people don't even recognize that it's them because they're so used to oh, this is me. Oh, who's that person on the floor? Oh, they don't look okay. Oh, I hope they're okay. And then usually there's a light bulb moment of, oh my gosh, that's me. That's my body, right? So we are not our body. The body is the vessel through which our soul, the light that you see in people's eyes, right? When somebody dies, or if you see an animal that dies, because usually you don't see people, some people have, but you don't see people in the moment where the light leaves their body, right? But if you have an animal that you've had put down and you see their eyes, there is a distinct difference between the light that you see when they are still alive and just moments later when the light is gone. It has moved out of the body and there is just nothingness, right? It's weird to say, but it's they even lose their cuteness factor. So if it's a pet or, there was a horse one time that I was, many horses. I worked at a vet clinic, an emergency vet clinic, and you see that light leave and you're like, oh my gosh, they're just a meat sack on the ground. They don't have that lively, they're just nothing. They're nothing on the ground and it has no meaning anymore. The light is what gives it meaning. It's what gives it the vibrancy, the color, the vitality, of course, right? And this seems very basic to say, but it's so important because when there is an infinite soul that travels from body to body to experience things, that inherently makes this body less significant because it is a blip. It is not even a blip. It is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a blip in the existence of everything. And so you can look at it as, oh, this is pointless. There's no reason to care or do anything because it's so insignificant, my one life, right? Well, how disrespectful is that to your body? How disrespectful is that to this vessel that allows you to do whatever you want to it, to get through this life and to have experiences? The soul cannot have an incarnation or an experience on the earthly plane to feel the sensations of the earth, to see the colors of the earth from the same perspective as it does as a soul. I mean, it has a grander perspective, but there's something so, I guess that's just the better word, is experiential when you have a body, when you have a physical being. So, treating this vessel with such a deep, deep, deep admiration and respect is critical to being able to move through this life with any sort of purpose. If you believe that there's spirit guides or, a higher version of yourself or, soul family or anything on the other side, they are screaming to you, one, to, cherish yourself and listen to their advice because they're here to support you, right? But it's also say thank you. Say thank you right now to this body, to this vessel. You have to treat it with respect. It has such a limited time, and so you can't treat it with trash and disrespect. The best thing you can do for it is to honor it and to let it have these experiences and to be brave in experience. Fear. This is probably the third message, right? Of what any message I've received is fear kills you. And we have scientific proof of this, right? We see this in animals that are, you know, transported in trailers across the country, you know, cows that are going to be converted to burgers and stuff like that, right? A lot of them will die just in the stress of transport and nothing else, right? Stress kills. Cortisol, a constant fear response and adrenaline moving through the body literally is toxic, and it kills you, right? So you live a short life. It's how cancer proliferates. It's very much, you know, the environment you're putting your body in and what you're doing to it, and not having respect and, most importantly, love in your heart. Love is the fabric of the universe. Love is the infinite source. The heart is the power. It is the engine. Love is fundamental to your health. It is fundamental to your prosperity, to creating anything in life. You have to have a place of love, and you have to do your best to, when you become aware that you're in a state of fear or anxiety, basically any emotion you feel can be divided into two categories: love or fear. Are you anxious? Are you jealous? Are you nervous? Are you sad? Are you, you know, that's all fear, right? The fear of either not being accepted, fear of dying, fear of, you know, rejection, fear of whatever, loneliness. And then there's love, gratitude, trust, patience, acceptance, just a real place of, it's healthy for the heart, okay? Those emotions are literally like, if you start to envision and embody, this is why meditation is so important, right? If you really begin to give space to yourself, to breathe, to slow down, to give yourself the time, you can actually empower those emotions of love in the heart, and you can feel like you start to breathe better. You're like, oh, it's like my lungs have more ability. My heart is like stronger, like it'll actually beat stronger. These are all very important messages that are things that I've received and things that I know to be true from my experiences. And I got a new Oracle deck. Where did I put it? It's right here. I got a new Oracle deck today. Spiritual Meaning of Birds. And I asked the Oracle some questions for myself, and just did a little Oracle reading for myself. And I just was talking out loud. I talked out loud to myself as if I was a person who was getting a reading, you know, not biased, not, you know, trying to make something that wasn't the case. And I just took the cards and interpreted it how I would interpret it for somebody else. And the words were coming out and flowing and making a whole lot of sense. And I was like, you know what? I'm in a state where I'm just flowing right now, and I need to get this message out to people. People need to know this stuff. This is critical to us being able to heal others, to move forward, to make the best choices we can. Life is about choice. It's about all the options that you choose and what you want to do. The message I was getting for myself was not to be afraid of choice. I'm very acutely aware in my life of how easily I can manifest things when I have a very clear intention. And that scares me sometimes, because if I don't manifest just right, you know, there will be something that's not quite right about it, or it'll be difficult, or it'll just be like, oh, I didn't think of that. I should have asked about through that more clearly. And so it scares me. It almost makes me nervous to even manifest at all, because I'm like, oh, how do I know if that's what I really want? What I want is going to change in a year or 2 years or 3 years. And the thing with that is, well, one, right? Don't live in a place of fear. That's not going to help you at all. You always have to come from a place of love, number one. Number two, everything is a lesson. You're here to learn and you're here to experience. So don't be afraid of asking for something and then being like, you know what? 3 years from now, it's like, I had to learn this lesson when I asked for this thing at the time, that this is what I really wanted, or this is what I was really seeking, or whatever. Ultimately, the message that I really got was that you can have you don't see how what you're really wanting could be in your reality, because you don't see the means by which it could be achieved, or it doesn't make sense. Like, there's piece parts that are completely incompatible. Like, for example, I want to travel, but I also want to have a home life and a home base. So, and I have a bunch of animals that need to be cared for every day, and that's expensive, right? To care for animals and to have other people care for them, but then also to travel. That's like literally probably the most expensive combination of livelihoods you can do. And then how do you have work, a grounded, consistent pay without, while simultaneously trying to move about and not be rooted and not be grounded and not have consistency, right? So the message for me was really that just keep in mind the universe is infinite. It is everything. It's not limited. So that means that, as within, so without. So if the universe is infinite, that means there's infiniteness within me. So that means to have the answers, which are all out there, that means the answers are all in here as well. What better place to access things than right here that I have with me and accessible? So, message I got is to meditate, take the time, figure out how to do it. I've done it before. Like I said, I've had spiritual experiences. I've had, mystical experiences. These are relatively few and far between. They've become more frequent over the years, but imagine how much more profound understandings I could have if I actually took the time out of every day to go within and ask myself the true questions and understand the true nature of myself, so that I can ask for the things that I really truly want, not just for the things that my ego's telling me, or the things that I've that I'm afraid I'm going to regret later because I haven't really thought about them super deep. Is this what I really want? I'm scared of asking for what I really want, because what if it's not what I really want? How are you going to get answers to those things if you don't go within and figure yourself out with them, right? So I hope this was helpful to you. This is not a traditional way I do things, so I hope you don't mind that, I got no makeup on today. I'm not here to impress or do anything other than to transmit a very important message to people that I hope resonates with you. It certainly is helping me talk through things and to articulate what's going on. So hit like and subscribe, join my channel, look out for more messages like these if these are helpful to you, and we'll see you next time.